Yeah, that certainly like turned the whole fight in our advantage.
I did feel quite lucky that I managed to get, actually, for once, I got that recharge and the lightning. That was quite useful.
And again, I don't know how many resources you guys have spent.
I
But
have
Sherm has no abilities left that he can use except for like normal, like everyday spells.
I'm going to be hacking people and waiting for that 16 plus recharge.
I never really get to use my only.
Well, yeah, like Thomas still has all of his fucking shit because all the other characters decided to blow through their goodies.
Yeah, I have
doesn't
two useful dailies left, but yeah.
That's right, Tempus doesn't have to worry about that shit.
Tempus has recoveries, and of which his recoveries are pretty goddamn solid.
Yeah, I have 6 recoveries out of 9 still.
Yeah, I'm 4. We could probably take another fight at least.
At least? You're probably looking at 3. You know, it's like, if you still have the kaboom, it's like, oh shit.
Hey, that one fight is still a possibility. You folks haven't exactly sworn to leave Foghaven yet. I haven't heard a concrete decision, and I will say that, like, if you folks are sticking in Foghaven, then we can have a session next week. Otherwise, I do need the extra week to plan.
I mean, if the majority of people want to stay, we stay, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, my vote is for killing Ursilia, but yeah. Don't think anyone else really wants.
What do the rest of you think?
Well, we know Ursula practices necromantic magic, at the very minimum.
Yes.
Right? Tempus saw her come in and recite the words of, I've told you not to practice necromantic magic, and of which immediately made Tempus sort of tilt his head going, I don't like you very much. You are not like I originally imagined. You're an evil woman. Don't like you. So as a character, like, you know, that's his motivation. But as a player, I kind of want to throw the fact that we murdered, or, you know, you guys, but I will say we murdered the Descendant. Purely out of utter curiosity, but to be fair, I'm in quite of a, I want to throw a lit match at the oil-covered thing and see what happens. But
You want to burn the city down around us, basically.
Just Ursula.
So, DDS says he has to leave, so the call will end.
Of which I probably need to go to sleep because, well,
I've been up for almost 24 hours now. I think I should go to bed.
Good times.
I suppose we could talk about it later, so as long as we remember to do it.
Okay, yes. Shall we arrange a time for us to talk, or a day or an evening? So at least we can chat over the day and get some dialogue.
I have literally no free evenings.
That's why you're staggering it throughout a day, so at least we each have a voice.
I can tomorrow and on Sunday, I think. Yeah.
Okay, we'll start from tomorrow and at least have a dialogue open.
If possible, Sheep, could I just hear what you think? Because I think Dark and I would be... I mean, if we stay, and it sounds like we are going to stay, because it sounds like most people want to stay.
I mean, my opinion is that it doesn't feel appropriate to leave yet. It feels like it would be convenient to leave, just running away from all this shit. But it just doesn't feel like an appropriate end. It doesn't have to be satisfying, it just has to feel like an end. And whatever we do, it's probably going to involve either killing Acilia or Ajax. I don't know which one.
So we have two. Then if Gryph and Asthma Man are for Cilia, and Dark and I would be for Ajax, you would be the.
I would have.
I mean, if we kill Cilia, we also kill Ajax.
or we could just kill Ajax. I mean, those are two choices. But
I would have to consider the information we have currently before making a proper decision, which I can't do at 3 AM if I've been up for like 24 hours.
I will put mine down. I would prefer to kill Ursula. That's me, Gryph, saying that. That's what I would prefer. Just putting that iron down. However, if you guys want to choose to kill Ajax, I am all for that, but my vote is for Scylla.
So yes, folks, take some time. If you want to have character downtime as well and not want to leave in the immediate, like, you have some time to, like, drink with Bjorny as well. To, like, perhaps, like, think in character as well as out character about what course of action that you want to take so that you don't get rushed in anything. There's a lot of player tension, and, you know, we want to resolve that so that everyone is satisfied with moving on from Foghaven. Anyway, I do want to get some rest too on account of being up for a while. This session has gone on for longer than I had anticipated. That's for fucking sure with all this talking. But it's a lot of talking that needs to be done, and hopefully it's talking that you folks will be able to handle, so that you can come up with a satisfying solution. You're the writers of the story.
Well done.
Whew. Whew. My goodness. Alright. I say that in part because of how heated it is in my room right now. I've been considering for, say, past two sessions to, after session 8 here, to, have a talk alone time, where I, convey my thoughts and feelings, the development of the campaign over all these sessions thus far. I'm pretty worn out myself. The players went through quite a bit. Our session started late because only Sheep and Goger were around. And we went for much longer than I had slated. Much longer indeed. Our session start time was supposed to be at 2 p.m. This was the first time we've ever started late in that case. And there's a lot of player debate, which is really enjoyable for me to hear that the characters are so invested in the story that they've created. Keep that in mind. They've created this, they've written this, I've made a construct around them where their actions and choices have consequences. Because that's how I feel you acquire meaning within the story. You make connections to it because what you do matters. And while I understand there have been some conflicts and some concerns, and I dig for those, you know, I go looking for those. Ultimately, I feel that what I'm doing here is good. It's great. And to hear them, you know, dig so much into the details and nuances of the situation, and dig so much into... Whenever I told the players that we were gonna have a 2-week break, you know, to hear the disappointment coming from some of the players, like, damn, that's meaningful, because it shows how much they care. It is. Anyway, I just wanted to extend this in part to justify having a separate video entry. I might hold a lengthier discourse, a monologue, I suppose, discussing my thoughts and attitudes in full about how we've come here to now 8 sessions together. I might do that. I don't know, we'll have to see. Because I have to see whether these players will actually be leaving Foghaven or not. It's an important decision that they need to make together as a team. That they need to feel comfortable with as a team. It doesn't matter what their characters do. Their characters are just vessels for them, the players. What matters is the players being happy and having fun. And I think they are having that. You'll notice that I had the fewest notes for this session. 1 page for encounters. And most of my icon ideas were repeats, and they didn't even get triggered anyway. I'm sure I could be handling the campaign better. Last session, session 7, was disappointing for me in a few ways. But at this point, I'm pretty addle-brained. I've been awake for a long while. I'm not going to get into those topics of discussion, which, quite frankly, I'm too worn out by everything that's transpired for me to do that. Yeah. I'm having fun. and to hear the players interact like that with each other is also pretty fun. And also, to look at my, Skype, chat log, and see things like, motherfucker, motherfucker, and to read just a short time later, apparently, from Dark, I knew there would be strings attached. Hello, evil team, have more liquid for me. To see that shit from the both of them. And, oh, you better fucking believe there will be consequences for that. I already knew the consequences the moment they drank the liquid. I knew the consequences the moment that pool, or the moment they found that pool. Manaki and Dark, their characters have received personal benefits, but you better fucking believe they have a cost attached. And you better fucking believe Ursilia Melkor will remain a presence in their lives. Oh, you better believe. If they don't resolve Lady Ursilia Melkor, well, they don't have to. But this will not have been the last time they see her. They'll certainly hear of her, and she will make her presence known in one fashion or another. Now, I haven't decided how I want to scale and adjust Ursilia Melkor's powers. And I thought I was actually going to end this quite a number of minutes ago. Originally, and you folks will have noticed this, I had designed Ursilia Melkor as a possible encounter within the crypt whenever the players investigated it. Due to Gryph not being there, combined with the players triggering an alarm at these doors through a 5 obligation that had been rolled, I decided to have Ursilia Melkor disguise herself as one of the guards, Victor, and use her illusionary magic to achieve that effect. And I had the idea in mind that she might interfere with that fight in there, but I decided that she had her own agenda, and because of the player shorthandedness, I would just have her vanish through a secret door. That wasn't a, well, wasn't the first choice I had, but I thought it was a suitable one. But you take a look at her statistics. 54 hit points, 20 armor class, 14 physical defense, 18 mental defense. That's just as strong as the Whispering Ravenger is. In her abilities, she stands no fucking chance in hell. She could easily be nuked. Like, Dark Destiny Soul, like Dark, with his character Leon, could fucking nuke this bitch! Just wham! And there she goes. Now, in this case, this situation would mean that she shouldn't devote herself to being combat-oriented. Like, not every villain you design has to be combat-oriented. And I thought of ways to trigger and face this. Like, I already came up with my ideas for Ajax. I had those in mind when they first encountered Ajax back in Session 6. And I actually had those disguised so that you viewers couldn't see them. And if they never fight Ajax, then they'll never encounter them. But I made fucking sure Ajax would be a satisfying fight, damn it. And you could see me during this session, seeing everything that the fucking player characters did here, and in the Ruins map, I go, oh shit, Ajax needs some fucking help. Let's hide this goddamn spider here that the player characters can't fucking see unless they're trying to look around, and, you know, schedule in some other possible reinforcements. I don't know whether I would have actually had a dire wolf enter. I don't know how effective these level 1 wolves would have been against such high armor class values the characters now have, but I at least wanted to contribute something. Like, this Ruins fight. This Almarune, this dragon character, got fucking eviscerated. Now, the Ring of Defense ability could have been used in a different situation. Like, instead of taking, you know, that 15 damage thing, you know, taking more damage. But all of the counterspell triggers failed. And that could have made the difference between this dragon, you know, consuming even more resources of the player characters. That escalator barely got used. The blue dragon, as designed in the core rulebook, is designed to be a caster and mine. The lightning breath isn't that effective, but still, the hopes and dreams being that, I don't fucking know. Just to be like a threat and nuisance. The player characters throw around a lot of lightning. Escalator allows the dragon to add the escalation die to its attacks. The magic item there was made to boost this character, with the note in mind that the players might use it for themselves, because, you know, they stood a true chance of defeating the dragon. That counterspell was really the kicker there, with 50-50 chances for negating all of the spells the player characters could cast. The dragon was not saved a single time. With such a swingy ability like that, it really influenced the longevity of the dragon, which made it a bit of a disappointment. That being said, not married to the villains that I have. I'm not a... You know, I have some investment in them. I do like them enough that, you know, I designed them, I made their tokens, I fleshed out their motivations, I gave a timeline, I connected them with other characters. The players don't get to see that. It's fine. I can always make new villains, and I will make new villains. Almarune is not the last evil dragon associated here with all the grand scheming that's taking place. And I know the agendas and motives here. I know what the Lich King wants. I know. And I know what the Three want. And you better believe the Lich King and the Three have been involved this entire time. I may not have known exactly what was going to happen back in the first session, second session, even last session, especially this session. Might not have known, but I did have an idea. I had a timeline guideline. Now, keep in mind that nothing is true until you put it on the table, until you share it with the players. And even then, it still might not be true. So long as you can find a plausible reason for it not being true. Now, the players, for whatever reason, their characters, have chosen to take just about everything the NPCs have said at face value, without asking me at any point, are they lying? That's not something I want to automatically assume they're doing. I give quite a bit of credit and leniency with things that I assume adventurers would do. Like, you might as well make awareness checks in this case. But scrutinizing someone to see how honest and up they are, I'm not okay with automatically assigning that. And I've shaded it on so many occasions. How trustworthy has the Whispering Ravenger actually been? How trustworthy has anyone been? The players don't fucking care enough to analyze the situation. Like, how much did the Whispering Ravenger tell the players? How much of that is true? Like, how much of that are you willing to believe? Like... I enjoy these nuanced layers, full of meaty consequences, over which the players genuinely care. The players want to leave Foghaven. That's fine. I thought it could be a possibility. I don't have really anything prepared outside of Foghaven, because I don't see the point in preparing for sessions that might not happen. Stick in the now. Maybe think a session ahead. At most 2. At least me. I try not to think that far ahead because those things might not come to pass. That Basilisk fight that I thought of back in Session 2 didn't come into effect until Session 7. The players, they chose to ignore the Basilisk. It's perfectly fine. Didn't want to force it down their throats. The Basilisk would have been a consequence, however, had the players left without resolving it. There will be consequences, no matter what the players do. Consequences aren't inherently bad, but they make an interesting, they make a valuable story. We've slugged it out so much in combat. We have. So many situations have been resolved on the battlefield. But it's good to have these moments. At least I like to create these moments where you just can't resolve everything through violence. And the characters are right there in that moment. They're right there. They look at Lady Ursilia Melkor and they go, We could possibly kill her, but should we try? They look at Ajax, the Guardian Druid, and go, we could possibly kill him. Should we try? I'm not giving them a full heal up because I want that choice to matter. I want it to fucking mean something. If they get a full heal up before they try taking him out, of course they'll fucking kill him. I would have to boost Lady Ursilia to become so ridiculously powerful just for her to stand a meaningful chance against the players if they can expend every resource possible. But I don't know whether I, One concern I have is if the players stay and choose to kill one of them and go through it and succeed, do I then give the players a full heal up because of 3 gruesome battles? Because if they get a full heal up, they may very well attempt to go after the other entity. How do I resolve that situation? I could resolve it by refusing to allow that entity to get into a combat situation. Like, say, the players kill Lady Ursilia. Don't give them a way to confront or contact Ajax. The crow's gone. Just Ajax rebuff them. He's given up on them, basically. Like, the Wildwood's gonna have to handle it their own way because of the last exchange. And if, say, they try to handle Ajax first, and they find a way to encounter and confront Ajax and engage him in hostilities, not allow them to get Lady Ursilia Melkor in a situation. She's certainly not going to be alone with the player characters. Not anymore. Not all of them at once. That being said, she has 2 very powerful aces up her sleeve. Despite her... She's weaker than Ajax. She's weaker than Ajax. As I have her designed right now, she's just using the Lich Baroness template. She's Lady Ursilia Melkor, Baroness of Blood. Let me find it. Here. And... yeah, everyone's disconnected. Yeah. That's it. You know, that's what she is. What I'm thinking is... have, like, them defeat this version, and then, like, all of the illusion shit melting off. And then, basically, then fighting her. Again. But, like, looking at what she's capable of, with her attacks, is not very powerful at all. You know, with that in mind, I might want to make her a Lich Countess. And, you know, if there's a disconnect between what Ravinger told them and what actually happens, Ravinger could have been fucking lying. He would have said anything to escape with his life and the life of his companion. And he did! I did not think the player characters would release Rav. Did not. No. But the player characters decided, let's fucking release him. Now, you better believe I intended to play him as a smarmy asshole from the start. Fucking arrogant prick who knew that despite his current predicament, the player characters needed him. He fucking knew, and he milked that shit. They could have possibly intimidated him, and they could have succeeded, but damn if he wasn't going to sell the fact that he could not be intimidated. And they ate it up. They did. You could accuse the players of being gullible, but it's how the characters are being. You know, we certainly have savvy role players among the group. Manaki is a rather suspicious individual who really enjoys getting mired in all this political intrigue and the different layers and nuances. Layers and nuances which I did not fathom would be existing. Anyway, I have rambled for what? 17, 18 minutes. the longer I go, the more I think I might not have a separate, like, talking session about the evolution of the campaign thus far. Anyway, I'm pretty beat. Air conditioner, let's ride off into the sunset. Take care, everyone. Talk to you later.